Okay. So we are reading today from Sri Isopanishad. And what does it mean? What does Sri Isopanishad have? It is the knowledge that brings one nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So it's like, how we have a ladder, we have stairs for us to reach. When we want to pick up something higher, we take a ladder, right? A step. So this is a step bringing us closer to Krishna. This is the knowledge. This is the gyan, which is going to help us to come closer, nearer to who? Krishna. Who's Krishna? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme means there is no one greater than him. What comes to our mind when we say supreme? Is the supreme, like the best, you see, there's advertising also, supreme milk, supreme butter. I've seen somewhere, like that, supreme quality. Oh, means best quality. You're not going to find this anywhere else. In the advertising field, they use that, right? But here, this is really supreme. Now, supreme who? What? Supreme Personality. Oh, personality means he's a person, right? He has a personality. He has likes, he has dislikes, he has a form. We are persons. We have a personality. We like something, we don't like something. We do certain things, we don't do certain things, isn't it? And then, who? Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, God. Oh, wow. And who's that? Krishna. So let's read, and we would like to start from the introduction because it's very important. Teachings of the Vedas, delivered as a lecture by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada on October 6, 1969 at Conway Hall, London, England. So this introduction of Sri Isopanishad, this is put here. It was a lecture given by Srila Prabhupada in London on October 6, 1969 at Conway Hall. And what is that? Lecture, Teachings of the Vedas. So we are stepping, of course, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, they're all Vedas. They're like the essence, the cream of the Vedas. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, today's subject matter is the teachings of the Vedas. What are the Vedas? So we are always saying Vedas, we need to know Vedas, Veda, Ved. What are they? The Sanskrit verbal root of Ved can be interpreted variously, but the purport is finally one. Veda means knowledge. So knowledge, the word knowledge is English, right? And then in Sanskrit, what's it called? It's called Ved. So any knowledge you accept is Ved, for the teachings of the Vedas are the original knowledge. We have so much knowledge here in the material world, in so many different fields: history, maths, politics, technology, arts, what else? Sports, cooking, creative designing, knowledge of the spiritual knowledge of yoga, knowledge of meditation, knowledge of whatever. There's so much knowledge of defense. I mean, there's so much knowledge everywhere. But all the teachings is coming from Vedas. Why? Because that's the original knowledge. Any knowledge that we see, it could be taught in the university in America, but it's coming from the Vedas. Or it could be practiced by the great transcendentalists, the Gyanis. But where is it coming from? Well, if they're really following the knowledge path, then it's coming from Ved, not mental speculation. If really following knowledge, really following Gyan, it has to come from Ved. Mental speculation is I can think anything. I can make up anything. I'm the queen of the universe. Who can stop me from thinking anything? Anyway, in the conditioned state, our knowledge is subjected to many deficiencies. Do we agree? Conditioned state. What is our condition? We are conditioned to thinking, conditioned. We are conditioned. So yesterday we had our teacher said, what is this conditioning? He said before he became a brahmachari, he had hair. So when he would put down the car window, the breeze comes in. And so he always liked to make his hair proper, always after because the breeze is coming. But after he became a brahmachari, he was driving in a car. Somebody was taking him somewhere and they rolled down the windows and the breeze came in. And immediately he put his hand on his head. And then he realized, oh, but I have no hair. So that's our mind. It's conditioned right now. What are we conditioned to? We think we are the body. Okay. In conditioned state, our knowledge is subject to many deficiencies. So the knowledge that we have has a lot of defects if it's not coming from the Vedas. We think that whatever I think is the supreme absolute truth. And that's the reason we say it with so much conviction. And we get upset if another person does not accept it or if he argues back. Because we think, I said it, so it should be the truth, It is the truth because I am saying it, because I think like this, so it is the truth. But it's not. It's not. The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is that the conditioned soul has 4 kinds of defects. So why, whenever I say, I think according to me, my imagination, if somebody says that person's knowledge is defective. And if I say it also, my knowledge is defective. We have so many theories now, especially with COVID and vaccine and, so many theories come up. Oh, because I think that. And so I think it's right. And so you must believe it. Why should I believe it? That's according to you. It may or may not be the truth. Right? So anyway, why I'm putting so much stress is just so that because we should not speak to people, making them think we are speaking the absolute truth, but it's just coming from the imagination of our mind. So we need to be careful about that. And then otherwise, then we get upset. Why aren't you listening to me? Okay. So when we speak, we should, if we want to really speak with conviction, speak from the Vedas, because that knowledge is perfect knowledge. And that's the truth. We are not misguiding anyone. Today, if I tell you something about COVID or something about vaccine, well, it may or may not be true, so I might misguide you. So what's going to happen if you follow my advice? My God, So we should avoid doing that to others also. We need to learn. We really need to learn this thing. The difference between a condition. Okay, we read that. Now, 4 kinds of defects. The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is that the conditioned soul has 4 kinds of defects. Now, there is a difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul. So conditioned soul is, I'm thinking I'm the body, I'm in this material world. Who is a liberated soul? A liberated soul is one who is perfectly situated in his relationship with Krishna. He is a liberated soul. He could be here in this material world, but he is perfectly situated in his relationship with Krishna. Only he can be liberated. Why? Why only a devotee can be liberated? Why somebody else can't be a liberated soul? Why can't a jnani or a yogi be a liberated soul? Because Krishna says it himself, that it is very difficult to go out of this material world. Very difficult. But those who surrender unto him, they can easily cross beyond this material world. He says in the Bhagavad Gita 7:14, Devi hi esha gunamai mam maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarati te. That this whole material world is like an ocean, very difficult to get out of here. But only those who surrender unto me can easily cross beyond it. What does it mean to cross beyond the material world? Means liberation. mukti, what is that? Moksha. Only when surrender to Krishna. So now to that person's because he's already liberated, he's in his perfect position, then his knowledge is perfect. He's not defective because he's already, on the soul. But we are conditioned, we are inside the body. We are inside the body and we are thinking we are the body. The first defect is that he must commit mistakes. Can any of us say we never made a mistake? Can any of us say, I'm never going to make a mistake again? I guarantee from today on, I will never make a mistake. Can any of us say that? No. We are just deluding ourselves if we say that. For example, in our country, Mahatma Gandhi was considered to be a very great personality, but he committed many mistakes. Even at the last stage of his life, his assistant warned Mahatma Gandhi, don't go to the New Delhi meeting. I have some friends and I have heard there is danger. But he did not hear. He persisted in going and was killed. Even great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, President Kennedy, there are so many of them, make mistakes. To err is human. This is one defect of the conditioned soul. I hope you all agree, we are not perfect. So whatever we think is not perfect. To err is human. Whatever we do is not perfect. We make mistakes. We are defective. That is what it is to be conditioned. No one can say the other person is perfect, no matter how great he is. Maybe the richest man in this world, on this earth, he's also going to make mistakes, or she is also going to make mistakes. To err is human. That's why it said to err is human. Another defect, to be illusioned. Illusion. What does illusion mean? Illusion means to accept something which is not. Maya. Maya means what is not. So what does it mean? That means Maya actually has no existence. How can, because illusion means to act something which is not. So it's not there, right? So it does not have a true existence. For example, the example is always given. It's dark. We enter into a room, it's very dark. But as soon as we turn on the light, it becomes bright. So what is darkness actually? It's just merely absence of light. So darkness does not have a true existence. It does not exist. It's just that the light is not there. As soon as there is light, where did the darkness go? It doesn't exist anymore, right? So darkness doesn't exist. It's just absence of light. Similarly, what is Maya? Maya is just forgetfulness of Krishna. Anything which we think is not related to Krishna, that is Maya. And it does not exist. Why? Because everything is related to Krishna. We cannot find one thing anywhere in the material world or in the spiritual world or even the Brahma Jyoti that is not connected to Krishna. Yeah. We might think it's not connected to Krishna, and that's the reason we are in Maya. But it does not change the fact that it actually belongs to Krishna. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm happy to clarify. Is it okay till now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Maya means which is not, means Maya has no true existence. Everyone is accepting the body as the self. If I ask you what you are, you will say, I am Mr. John. I am a rich man. I am this. I am that. All these are bodily identifications. But you are not this body. This is illusion. So what is our illusion? Is we are thinking we are the body. We have forgotten that we are original, that we are the soul, that we have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna, that everything and everyone belongs to Krishna. There is nothing or no one that does not belong to Krishna. Now, whether we want to accept it, not accept it, we want to cry over it, we want to fight over it, we want to argue over it, all the choice is ours, but cannot change the fact. The fact is the fact. The fact cannot be changed according to our belief, or because I want it that way. You know, oh, I want so many things, but I can't change the fact of it. I want to be God, but that's the reason I'm here in the material world. But I can't change the fact that Krishna is God. I can't change the fact. I can't change the fact that I'm an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. I can't change that. That is truly who I am. Whether I accept it, not accept it, cry over it, whatever I do, that's the fact. The third defect is the cheating propensity. Everyone has the propensity to cheat others. Can we really say that we never cheated? You know, that's something we really need to think about. Because even when we tell other people, oh, according to me, this is right, you know, no, you should do this. This is what is supposed to be done. This is the perfect thing. Aren't we cheating the other one? Because we ourselves are not in perfect knowledge. And we are telling another, it could be for any field, right? It could be anything small or big. But that is cheating. And we cheat ourselves. We cheat ourselves. We keep thinking, I'm the body. I'm not connected to Krishna. I'm God myself. Aren't we cheating ourselves? So everyone has the cheating propensity to cheat others. I'm sorry, everyone has the propensity to cheat others. Although a person is a fool, number one, he poses himself as very intelligent. Yeah, we like to show everyone how great I am, how smart I am, how intelligent I am, because others will say, oh, you're so great, you know, how intelligent you are. But we don't realize that the fact will be shown either today or tomorrow. Even though I put up a show, people can see through it. You know, even if we try to pretend I'm so great, I'm so intelligent, people can see. They can see through it, you know. Although it is already pointed out that he's an illusion and makes mistakes, he will theorize. I think this is this, this is this. But he does not even know his own position. He writes books of philosophy, although he's defective. That is his disease. That is his cheating. So we make mistakes. I'm making mistakes. I'm an illusion. And yet I will say, I think this is right. According to me is this. According to me, this is what spirituality should be. According to me, this is what liberation should be. You know, although I'm defective, and yet I create so many philosophies. That is cheating. So lastly, our senses are imperfect. Imperfect. We are very proud of our eyes. Often, someone will challenge, can you show me God? But do you have the eyes to see God? You will never see if you haven't the eyes. If immediately the room becomes dark, you cannot even see your hands. So what power do you have to see? We cannot therefore expect knowledge, Veda, with these imperfect senses. With all these deficiencies in conditioned life, we cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone, nor are we ourselves perfect. Therefore, we accept the Vedas as they are. So our senses, you know, we think we are very great. I have perfect. Oh, I've seen it, so it should be the truth. But how many times we get fooled by that? You know, from far it looks something else, and then you go near. Oh, I misread the road name. You know. No, we wear eyeglasses, and then we think, oh, my eyes are perfect. But yet, even with the glasses, we can make mistakes. Or hearing. So many times, no, I heard them speak. It should be like this, what I heard them speak. But the matter could be totally different. And then we say, I want to see God. But our senses are imperfect. How can we see God? He's perfect. You know? So then, in the dark, if we cannot even see our eyes, how will we see God? So because we have all these defects, how can we give knowledge to others? No, according to me, this should be knowledge. But it's so defective. I myself don't know what am I doing, then I'm misguiding others. So to save myself and others, what do I need to do? I need to get my knowledge from the perfect knowledge, and that is Vedas. That's why we accept Vedas as they are. We don't try to misinterpret the Vedas. No, according to me, if I change this thing, then it will be better. Let me try to change this Veda, Oh, Veda Krishna, he doesn't understand properly. Maybe if he would have done like this, it would be better. So then we think I'm greater than Krishna. I have better knowledge than Krishna, So you may call the Vedas Hindu, but Hindu is a foreign name. We are not Hindus. What happened? We always thought I was Hindu Dharam. Oh, our Sanatan Dharam is Hindu. It's not Hindu. Well, our real identification is Varna Sharma. What is that Varna Sharma? Varna Sharma denotes the followers of the Vedas. Those who accept the human society in 8 divisions of Varna and Ashram. So we read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. We never hear Krishna saying Hindu. We never hear. We say Bhagavad Gita is the scripture for the Hindus. But Lord Krishna never says that it's only for the Hindus. He says, Aham Bija Pradap. What is he said? That I'm the seed-giving father of all living entities. It's for everyone. So what does Varna Sharma means? Follower of the Vedas. What is that? That our society, the 4 divisions, there are 4 divisions of society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. This is called Varna Sharma. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, these divisions are everywhere because they are created by God. So what did God create? He created Varna Sharma. What is that Varna Sharma? 4 divisions of society and 4 divisions of spiritual life. So there are 4 Varnas and 4 Ashram. So what is 4 Varna? 4 division of society, and 4 Ashram, 4 division of spiritual life. And it's everywhere. Why? Because it's universal. It's created by God. The divisions of society, what are they? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Now, what are the qualities? Brahmana refers to the very intelligent class of men who know what is Brahman. So, Brahmanas, they were the head of the society. Why are they the head? Because they are the most intelligent. Why are they intelligent? Because they have knowledge of God. They know what is Brahman. Similarly, the Kshatriyas, the administrator group, are the next intelligent class of men. Kshatriyas, administrators, the leaders, the protectors. Kshatriya means the protector. Now we don't have kings, but before used to be kings. Now we have the government, the politicians. But what is their duty actually? To protect the citizens. And if they're not doing that, they're not doing their duty. Anyway, then the Vaishyas, the mercantile group. What are the Vaishyas? Mercantile, who do trading, agriculture, cow protection, banking, all that is Vaishyas. These natural classifications are found everywhere. This is the Vedic principle, and we accept it. Vedic principles are accepted as axiomatic truth, for there cannot be any mistake. There's no mistake in the Vedas. No mistake. Why? Because it's spoken by Krishna himself. He's perfect. There's no mistake in Krishna. He's the most perfect. He's God. And that's the knowledge coming from him. So we need to follow the Vedic knowledge. What does Krishna say? Then that is acceptance. That is what we have to accept. For instance, in India, cow dung is accepted as pure, and yet cow dung is the stool of an animal. In one place, you will find the Vedic injunction that if you touch stool, you have to take a bath immediately. But in another place, it is said that the stool of a cow is pure. If you smear cow dung in an impure place, that place becomes pure. With our ordinary sense, we can argue this is contradictory. Actually, it is contradictory from the ordinary point of view, but it is not false. It is a fact. In Calcutta, a very prominent scientist and doctor analyzed cow dung and found that it contains all antiseptic properties. So here a small example is given that how the Vedic knowledge is true knowledge, because the Vedas say, if you touch stool, you have to take a bath. Stool is dirty, impure. You have to take a bath. But it also says that cow dung is pure. So isn't it a contradiction? You're saying stool is dirty, impure, take a bath. Don't touch it. Here you're saying smear cow dung everywhere, touch it, and that it's purifying. And that's what the Vedas are saying. But the scientists have proved that this is right. Cow dung is actually very pure. I don't know, but at least my mom and my grandmom and before, they would always say that they would use cow dung to burn fuel, and people would smear their houses with cow dung to keep infections away, to keep the pests away. So it is true. We can see like a contradiction that is here, but it is true. So if in India, if one person tells another, you must do this, the other party may say, what do you mean? Is this a Vedic injunction that I have to follow you without any argument? The Vedic injunctions cannot be interpreted, but ultimately, if you carefully study why these injunctions are there, you will find that they are all correct. So now India has become different. Now India is also going very far away from the Vedic knowledge. But again, thanks to ISKCON, there are many young people who are again taking up to hearing from Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. But before it used to be like that. If somebody's telling something that you should do this, another person will say, why should I do it? What is the authority? Are you speaking from Vedas? Please show me where it is from, and then I will follow. Because then it's a perfect thing to do. Nobody wants to waste time doing wrong things, right? Why should we waste our time? Time is so precious. And if that precious time, we end up doing wrong things, then we are not utilizing our time properly. But if it's coming from the Vedas, then yes, it's the perfect knowledge. They're all correct. You can take an experiment of it. So we'll stop here for today. Are there any comments or questions? If no, then we'll stop here. Thank you so much for joining in. Shri Isopanishad ki jai, Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari.